Welcome back. Well, Egypt is witnessing the final phase of the Senate runoff elections, and we have 10 candidates competing for 5 seats. And of course, when we talk about these elections, it is very important for Egypt, for also the political landscape, in addition to strengthening the participation of youth and also being an integral part when it comes to decision making. Over the phone, we have Lama Mohamed. She's one of the youth role models in National Youth Rehabilitation Program. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. So first of all, could you tell us more about how do you see the participation of the youth and the role this time in the elections?
Well, first of all, let me tell you that youth represent the largest in number in several communities, and they are the most energetic and the most capable of learning and adapting to new things. So it's very important for youth nowadays, and since they are the future, to start learning how to spreading their ideas, how to communicate with the community, and how to participate in the elections. So their opinion makes a difference. Their opinion will one day be very efficient, and it will one day help the other communities, and it will help the other countries. So it's very important nowadays for youth and young people to start participating in such important community events.
So we can say young voters today influence policy or just reflect it?
They are both.
In what sense? Can you tell us more?
Well, as I have said, they represent the largest demographic in several communities. So now their opinion is very important. It makes a change. When I know what the youth they want, I'm able to build the future that they need and that they want to find in several years. Because now if we are talking, we can see that young people are leading different projects starting from now. So if we say that in 10 years they will be the major leading parties.
So if we're talking about the political parties and the state institutions, how far are they preparing the youth for being decision makers of the future?
Well, I see that it's really by truly opening the door for them. If they are following the ministry's social accounts, there is many different training programs that teach them how to engage in political and collective work properly. So they are helping them by involving them in decision-making positions and by listening to their demands seriously by these training programs and projects they are opening.
And how far did the digital information helped in this respect and allowed more participation of the youth?
Maybe we are here speaking about the social media more, and as we can see that social media nowadays, it presents the political information in a simple, clear and attractive way for young people. So it's a great school for awareness if it's of course used to spread the information correctly. So many young people nowadays are into the political side more.
So you think civic awareness need a cultural shift or a better education and being prepared?
Well, they have to be really prepared, and maybe let's here speak about it from the event that happened in Gaza from 7th of October, because this event really opened the eyes of the youth and young people, and they are now very aware of the global issues. It's not about a war only, but they are now able to know what's happening around the world, and they have been more curious to know if there have been such events or political events that happened before. So nowadays, no, the youth their awareness is very high on such global issues.
So how far can the Senate bridge gaps between the society and legislation, and again having the youth as an integral part in all what we have in the country?
Well, now the youth they have already been like they are part of what's happening. Maybe they represent the country in several international events and simulation models. So here we are seeing that young people have already started being integrated into the community's issues.
So how can the youth change this active part to policy making and changing a lot when it comes to the policy or political landscape in Egypt?
Well, it's by encouraging the youth that are in their age, and by being part of other events, other maybe I can say it's by even having their own projects. Maybe they could also open their own social media and start to influence other people too.
Well, we've got many initiatives and presidential programs to prepare youth to be leaders and decision makers of the future. So far, what kind of challenges youth are facing?
Some of the youth, they are not really very confident, or maybe we could say that they are scared to take the initiative. So it's very important for them to read more, ask more questions, participate in any small community, because they always have the idea that I should go into a big event directly. No, it's just about being participating in small activities, small community activities, and of course, as you have said, now the ministries themselves, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, have so many initiatives, so many programs related to policy, decision making. So it's very important for them to participate. They have to have confidence in themselves and have the initiative to participate in these events.
So usually when the youth just take a look and they can see many of the youth participating in many important events and being policy makers and in different sectors actually. So what is the impact of this on the youth, or still those who are working on themselves, being prepared to be leaders in the future?
The ones that have already taken part in such events have started encouraging the others, whether by opening public social media accounts or even on LinkedIn. They have started influencing the other young people, their colleagues, their friends, whoever is following them. So, of course, by doing such an action, they have encouraged the other young people. They have even provided them with all the information they need, with all of the steps that they need to take towards to all the talents and all the competences they need for to participate. So they are influencing each other. That's why it's very important that once I have learned a talent, once I have known something, I have to spread it to the other.
So from your own point of view, what is your important advice to the youth in general? And tell us, what did you learn or what do you have from this rehabilitation program?
What I have learned is that it's very important to always take steps, because everything comes slowly, so it's important at least to start from now. There is no need that I should learn all the competences that I need, but I can start from that one competence that I have, and by interacting with people, by taking from their experiences, by trying to take some advices from them, I was able to start participating in more political events and be engaged into the political life. So what I really want to advise them is that please have confidence, please always have the initiative, read a lot in the political life, if I'm gonna say, and always be up to date and follow all the ministries' social media accounts to be able to participate and know more about the projects and know what's happening in your country, because there is really so many projects and initiatives that are available for them to start taking part in.
Well, from your own point of view, if you are talking about the runoffs of the elections, how far can this help and support and or the significance of this on the political landscape in general in Egypt?
Well, of course, the elections, it's more represent the people opinions, and of course, a huge part of it is the youth voices and their own opinions. So, of course, it's helping them, and it's making, let's say that it's more making the country know what's going in their minds. And of course, it's a good point to know that if youth are taking part in such elections, it means that they are interested in the country's issues, and that they know what's happening in their country. And that means that they want really to share their voices and share their opinions with us.
Do we have some workshops in these programs bringing youth together from different governorates, talking more about policies and more about political issues?
Well, actually, there is many initiatives, many projects related to, especially that the Ministry of Youth and Sports share, because in every small project there is one. Maybe you have the NTA project that's available. There is actually a youth diplomatic initiative. I guess it starts in every November, so it's very important. And actually, policy making doesn't only happen in events that are related to the political projects, but it's also in the, maybe if they are able to engage in the Youth for Climate, the national climate change community for the youth and sports, they will learn in it too the policy making.
Well, Lama Mohamed, one of the youth role models, the National Youth Rehabilitation Program, thank you very much for joining us. And right now we are going to bring you more about one of the important, beautiful sites here in Egypt with our colleague Dina Yunus, and we are going to check it out together. And also we have another item which is away from politics. We're going to take a look, and then we'll be back with more on The Breakfast Show.